Morning, guys. Happy Wednesday to you. This video is for Autodesk Inventor. We're working on the linkage arm today. If you're not using Inventor, please close this video out and follow along with whatever software it is you're using. As you can see by the dimensioned drawing in the center of the screen, we're doing the linkage arm that connects the one wheel to the other wheel today. What that allows for is an engine to drive just one wheel, and then this linkage to actually go around and drive the next wheel. So you can drive multiple sets of wheels off of one power plant or engine. Looking at this, I want to diagnose this geometry real quick. We have a center line going up through the center of this, and then we have two holes where the center of the holes are on that center line, and they are 3.5 inches from center to center on the hole. Okay, those holes, and this is dimensioned wrong, by the way. What they have typed this up as a diameter of 0.128 through typical. Typical we do with features, we don't do with holes. This should say diameter 0.128 through times 2, because there's two holes. Okay, the height on this web, the bar connecting the two, is 0.25 inches. The thickness is half of that, which is 1/8 of an inch, or 0.125. Okay. So I'm going to start this out. I'm going to move this off screen here, close out my home, and create a new standard IPT. And then just wait. Okay. All right. Once this is in place, I can drag this over and maximize it. I'm going to start with a 2D sketch as usual. And I'm going to click on the XY plane or the front view. Now, I'm going to start by drawing these two circles. And I'm going to put them on the horizontal center line. So, I'm going to put one circle here, 0.128 inches in diameter. And then I'm going to come over here, make that 0.128 inches in diameter, keeping them on the same horizontal line. And then I'm going to dimension these two circles center to center, and I'm going to set those to be 3.5 inches apart. Get them centered there. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come up, click on the center point circle again, and using the same center point, I'm going to put another circle on both of them that are 0.1875, which is the radius, times 2, so I can make it the diameter. That gives me a circle of 3/8, or 0.375. I'm going to do the same thing on the other one, 0.375. Okay, so I have these two that are on the same line. Now what I want to do is create a construction line, just as you see this center line running all the way up through the center of this web from circle or hole to hole. I'm going to put a construction line by clicking on line, then coming way over here to format, this weird looking laying down Y says construction, and I'm going to click on that. I'm just going to click on that horizontal line over here outside of the circle, and I'm going to go right through the center line of both circles, right on past the circles. Now, as you can see, I've got a yellow dotted line. Let me zoom in on that, hopefully so you can see better. Right there it is. So it's a dotted yellow line. What that line is it is not part of the geometry of the part. So you cannot use a construction line for an object line. It won't work. It's there to define geometry. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do with this is come back up and turn the construction line off. Come back to the line feature. And then again, starting over here outside of the circle, I'm going to draw a line through both circles and make sure that it's parallel with the center line. I can tell because it's got that parallel constraint right there. Let me click off escape. Now I'm going to dimension from the center line to that line and set that dimension to be 1/2 of a quarter, which is 0.125 or 1/8 of an inch. Then I'm going to come back up, click on line again, and then start over here outside the circle, go right through the circle, making sure that that's parallel also. Hit the escape key to get out of that function. Click on the dimension tool, and again I'm going to dimension that center line or construction line to the line we just created and set that to be 0.125 as well. Okay. The next thing we're going to have to do is come up here to the tool ribbon and grab our trim tool. And then I'm going to start to cut all these extra parts out, because what I want it to look like is the face of this linkage arm. So I'm going to cut all those extra lines out so that I have just one complete profile on the outside and the inside. Now, what I don't need to do is cut out that construction line. That will not interfere in the project. So what we've got here is our complete linkage arm. So I'm going to come up and click Finish Sketch. Come to the left side of our tool ribbon and click on Extrude. And I want to extrude this 0.125 or 1/8 of an inch. 0.125. All right. Now, the only thing I'd like to point out is if we were actually making this, what I would do is with this line right here, this edge, I would put a fillet in there because that's where that's going to break. That sharp edge between those two surfaces will be the fracture point. I'm going to go over that tomorrow with finite element analysis with this part, but I'm just going to do that, demonstrate it, explain it, and show it to you guys. I'm not going to have you do it because it gets complicated across 3 separate softwares. Okay, so this is our complete part, and all you need to do is File, Save As, Linkage Arm, and you are complete for today. That ends everything I wanted to go over with you guys today. You have today and tomorrow to create this part, and that in your stove or your smokestack, I was going to say stovepipe, your smokestack are your 2 assignments along with watching tomorrow's video for your participation grade for the week. That's all I've got for you. Thanks for watching. Come on back tomorrow. See you then.